The war between Israel and Hamas has reached day 14, with reports that over 5,000 people have died. Conditions on the ground in Gaza are deteriorating by the hour as Israel prepares for the next stage of war. Eric Fiano joins us live in studio with the very latest. Good evening, Eric.
Hi, Taz. Large-scale Israeli airstrikes in recent days and a planned ground offensive have raised concerns about the already grave humanitarian crisis in the Gaza Strip. This as humanitarian aid is in Egypt on the verge of being allowed to enter the war-torn region.
Trucks filled with essential medicines, food supplies, and specialized nutrition for children wait at the Rafah Gate in Egypt, the only crossing out of Gaza not controlled by Israel. The humanitarian crisis has worsened for Gaza's 2.3 million civilians since Hamas attacked Israel 2 weeks ago. Israel has bombarded the enclave in retaliation ever since. The United Nations Humanitarian Office said today it was in advanced talks with all parties in the conflict to ensure an aid operation can soon be conducted in Gaza.
We are encouraged by reports that the different sides are nearing an agreement on the modalities and that a first delivery is due to start in the next day or so.
With the situation grim in Gaza, many here in Canada have voiced their support for Palestinians. Numerous rallies have been held here and all over the world, along with plenty of counter rallies. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's special representative for combating Islamophobia is now warning against allowing the war to become a catalyst for the stereotyping of Muslim Canadians. One local Imam says he is already starting to see the effects.
I have received many reports from members of my congregations and from members of the community of how they have been attacked. We've heard about people losing their jobs as a result of expressing their own views and opinions.
He points specifically to Hamilton MPP Sarah Jama, who has threatened to sue Premier Doug Ford for accusing her of anti-Semitism over comments she made in support of Palestinians.
Our Premier has been, pushing, using his authority to intimidate her and prevent her from being vocal, expressing her voice. We need to take an active role into reaching out to our officials and explain to them how their views is hurting us locally, and it's also hurting Muslims globally.
Now, people I spoke to here at the Ibrahim Jammeh Mosque in Hamilton say that education is key in preventing the war between Israel and Hamas from fueling Islamophobia here in Canada.
If they really understood how they get their information, and especially the source of that information, rather than just focusing on negative parts.
This war is between the Hamas and Israelis. I just want to make sure that people will don't get confused with being a Muslim.
Meanwhile, speaking with reporters today, Trudeau reiterated Canada's commitment to a two-state solution in the context of the war.
The world and the region needs a peaceful, safe, prosperous, viable Palestinian state alongside a peaceful, prosperous, democratic, safe Israeli state, Israel. This is something that we have always called for. It is something we will continue to work for every day as we move forward.
Meanwhile, a major development in the war, Hamas has released 2 American hostages. The militant group handed Judith Tai Renan and her 17-year-old daughter, Natalie Renan, over to Israeli forces yesterday. An Israeli Defense Forces official confirms the 2 are in the care of the IDF. The mother and daughter are from Chicago and were visiting relatives in a kibbutz that was attacked nearly 2 weeks ago. Hamas says the release was done for humanitarian reasons because the mother is in poor health. The deal was brokered by negotiations between Hamas and the government of Qatar. So far, they are the only hostages to be released among what is thought to be about 200 being held.